Hi, it's Gwyneth here on a fabulous Feel Good Friday, helping you to feel good about being you, promoting yourself, marketing yourself, going into that next job interview, actually deciding to apply to that job interview without listening to all the negative chit chat about somebody already else has got the job, or I'm not clever enough, or I haven't got enough work experience. Load of rubbish. You want it, you go for it. But I also talk about a lot, as you know, building strong working relationships. Now, somebody said to me this week, Gwyneth, why do we need to focus on our relationships at work? You know, they're not our family, we don't go home to them in the evenings, or some people do. But the fact of the matter is, then when you're at work, you are still spending probably 30, 40, 50, maybe even sometimes 60 hours with a team of people, or maybe just a couple of people. And don't assume, don't make the judgment that just because you're at work and everybody's supposed to be behaving professionally, that everybody's going to get on all the time. It doesn't happen like that. And in so many of my workshops, we have very, very interesting discussions. I try to get people to, you know, tell their colleagues what irritates them, what frustrates them. Things like bringing food into the office, and then there's you know, it smells. You don't like that smell. Temperature in the office, that's another thing. Crikey. If you knew how many conflicts were born out of temperature because one person likes it warmer, another person likes it cooler. Open plan offices. Whoever thought that open plan offices were a good idea? Certainly not if you want to get the best out of your team and increase performance and keep people focused on what it is they're supposed to be doing. Every time a phone goes off or somebody is having a chat or a discussion in one of the corners, you're disturbing everybody. So these working relationships that I keep talking about, like I said, unless you want to turn into a robot at some point, you have to reflect on what it is you want, where your boundaries are, where your parameters are, and how you're going to behave with those people. Now, something else that is also very important in a multicultural environment is to understand that people have different senses of humor. What you think is absolutely dreadful, they might, you know, have a good old giggle about. Does it make it right? Does it make it wrong? Who knows? But when you start putting too many judgments on how people should be behaving and how they should be at work, you can get into trouble. Now, clearly, with your family, it's a completely different kettle of fish. But you'll go home and tell your family, you tell your children, get your feet off the chair, or stop watching the television, or eat up all your food. Maybe to your spouse, put your washing in the washing basket, please come and help me with the shopping. All those kinds of conversations. They're very different conversations. But again, at home, you wouldn't just go home and pretend to be somebody you weren't. You want that relationship to work. Those people are precious to you. So this week, I want you to think a little bit about when you're making judgments, particularly when it comes to festivities. And some people like me, yes, I get very joyful around this time of year because I love the twinkly, sparkly lights and the festivities and the carols and, you know, the songs. I absolutely love it. And if you don't love it, fine. I'm not going to judge you for not liking it. But don't judge me either for liking it. And when you're at work, if somebody does something that you don't like, don't judge them. Allow them to be. Because I'm sure that if you do something they don't like, you don't want to be judged either. Lots of judgments in there this week. So I wish you a fabulous Feel Good Friday. Take a look in the comments to see my Black Friday extravaganza deal offered that will never ever be offered ever again. I did it all yesterday and I'm not going to change it, but after Monday it's gone. And in between times, I wish you also a wonderful weekend if you're going to any of the Christmas markets. Loads of love and bye for now.